Welcome to Watch Mojo. Today we're going to be counting down my top 3 favorite TikTok ad campaigns of 2024. Now this is not about the quality of the product being sold or even the quality of the ad campaign itself, just like my personal preference, the ones that I wanted to talk about. And I'm also going to take this opportunity to share other Best of the Year awards, starting with the big one, Song of the Year, which goes to Chapel Roan with Good Luck Babe. Book of the Year is not about books that were released this year, but just books that I read this year. So that goes to The Woman Warrior, Memoirs of a Girlhood Among Ghosts by Maxine Hong Kingston. Shout out my American Lit professor. Really cooked with that choice. Same goes for Video Game of the Year, which, congratulations again, Minecraft. This year's award for Best New Sitcom that I now hope doesn't get another season goes to English Teacher. And the TikTok Sound of the Year goes to Rachel Sennett Bodies, Bodies, Bodies X Addison Rae Von Dutch Remix Scream Mashup.
You're the winner! I knew it! You're such a bitch! You're such a fucking bitch!
All right, the third best ad campaign of 2024 goes to Swipe Wipe. Okay, so it's the first ad campaign on this list and I'm already stretching the rules. This wasn't so much an ad campaign as much as it was just the same ad playing over and over and over again on my TikTok feed. It's for an app called Swipe Wipe, and most of the footage of the ad is just explaining the functionality of the app. I downloaded the app to try it, but the problem is most of the pictures that I want to delete are like duplicates or repeats of other similar photos, and the app only shows one photo at a time, so you can't compare the two to decide which one you want to delete. So the app basically ended up being useless for me, but the reason it makes this list is because of how the ad begins.
This is your sign to clean your camera roll.
This makes the list because I just love the way he delivers that line. It's so infectious, especially after hearing it like dozens and dozens of times.
This is your sign to clean your camera roll.
You'll know what I mean by the end of this video.
This is your sign to clean your camera roll.
Best EP goes to Sable EP by Bon Iver. Sorry to this heat. Best Deluxe Edition goes to Wall Socket Director's Cut by Underscores. Sorry to this Lana. Best Content Locked Behind a Paywall goes to Bye Sister Parts 1 through 3 by Matt Bernstein and Kat Denbarge. And Best Tweet goes to when that former US Marine who claims to have killed Osama bin Laden tweeted in response to a group of male Kamala voters, "You're not men, you're boys. If there was no social media, you would be my concubines." It's so good. It's so... The second best TikTok ad campaign of 2024 goes to the Olaf Body Hair Trimmer. Okay, so TikTok Shop is an online shopping platform native to the TikTok app, which has an affiliate program where influencers and creators can make ads for products that they put in their TikTok shop, and they get a commission on all of the products sold through their shop. That's my understanding anyways. I don't really buy products off TikTok, and I definitely have never run a TikTok shop myself. I don't believe they get direct payment for making the videos, but I have to believe the companies must reach out and like offer talking points to help sell their products, because as you'll see, all of these different influencers always include the same talking points. And this is the method used by Olaf to advertise their body hair trimmer. But the Olaf body hair trimmer ad campaign makes this list because I think this collection of ads is like such a rich artifact to dissect.
Shave your balls and ass. As a man, it's your responsibility to do that because some of you literally have new species in those bushes, bro. Don't use a razor because then you're going to irritate your skin and then you're going to get those weird red bumps that look like herpes. You should be using a trimmer. You could pay $70 for a Manscaped, or you could also pay $25 for an Olaf trimmer that has the same features. It's cut and nick free. It comes with different attachments. It's completely waterproof. So save some money. The link's right below.
This is your sign to clean your camera roll.
That example includes basically all of the talking points included in pretty much every single one of these ads. It's cut and nick free. It comes with a bunch of different attachments. It's fully waterproof. It's cheaper than Manscaped. And most interestingly to me, it's your responsibility as a man to trim your body hair. This is a talking point used in basically every ad for this product I've seen, which is interesting. I mean, you don't see advertisers for like women's razors telling women that it's their responsibility to shave their legs, because that's already an implicitly understood cultural narrative. But Olaf has an issue because to sell your product, you have to convince your consumer base that they need it. And there isn't currently one definitive cultural narrative about male body hair. And among men, the target market for this product, You can tell because it has the words "for man" on the trimmer. Whether or not men should shave their body hair is not only undecided, but hotly contested in the "is it gay" wars. Don't just take my word for it, hear it from the mouth of a random straight male TikToker himself.
This brings up the extremely controversial argument of, is shaving your pits zesty? You are definitely not beating the zest ball allegations by your friends in high school. Canon event, it happens to the best of us. I'm even gonna admit I was too scared to shave off my pits because I thought I was gonna get made fun of. Riddle me this, is taking care of your hygiene in a way that you smell a lot better, majority because of girls, is that zesty? It's up to you if you want to be a manly, masculine, stinky, girl repellent, or you could be a good smelling, hygiene keeping, probably still a girl repellent. That's because you don't follow me. You should definitely fix that.
So there are a bunch of men who worry that it might be gay to trim your body hair, and there's a bunch of influencers on TikTok who will make a lot of money if they can convince these people to buy a body hair trimmer.
Is it gay not to smell like shit? I don't know, man. Listen, you don't have to use the ass crack trimmer that this Olaf trimmer set comes with, because it comes with literally every other attachment that you could ever need. Great man once said, those who clean their ass expect visitors. I mean, I don't expect any visitors. Yes, this thing does come with a crack trimmer. Bro, shaving your body is so gay and feminine. All right, well, at least everyone now knows you're dirty and you smell.
Of course, the strategy that they basically all use is to reassure their audience that it's not, in fact, gay, instead of, letting them know that gay isn't the worst thing you can be. So all of these ads come off as weirdly homophobic because even by just participating in the "is it gay" game, you're admitting that gay is a thing to be avoided. For some reason, this type of ad where the TikToker is trying to convince me that it's not gay to trim my body hair were the first type of ads that I got on my For You page from this company. And I thought the algorithm was supposed to know me better by now. Most of these "it's not gay" ads are made by the same guy, who appears to have like 2 different accounts, I guess. But he's not the only one.
Is it seriously not known that you're supposed to shave that hair in between your cheeks? Look, all of us do it, but none of us want to talk about it. And that's fine, but don't get caught using a razor down there because this is going to lead to ingrown hairs and red bumps. You need to check out this viral booty hole trimmer that I just got off the TikTok shop.
Another thing you might have noticed is that these ads often quote a comment from a past video made by the TikToker. I'm not entirely sure why they do this. I don't know if having your account all interconnected like that helps you in the algorithm. But the comments being reacted to in these next 2 videos come at the "is it gay" problem from a slightly different angle.
Who are you shaving for? Other men? That's gay as fuck. Is it actually considered gay to have good hygiene as a guy now?
Smelling good for other men sounds gay to me, and y'all find every excuse in the book not to have good hygiene.
Okay, but there's kind of a good point buried in there somewhere, right? Basically, all of these ads are made by men. You'd think if men were worried about trimming their hair as being gay, then getting approval from women would convince them that it's not. But alas, it's not true. And that's because under patriarchy, it's men who affirm each other's masculinity. Even dating or being engaged or married to an attractive woman is not really a way for men to affirm their masculinity. That really can only come from other men. An attractive woman is seen as the reward for being a man, and giving women any more influence than that would be counter to the power structure and goals of the patriarchy. This is why in Parks and Recreation, learning that Jerry's wife Gail is stunningly beautiful doesn't really convince the rest of the cast to affirm Jerry's masculinity. It just confuses them because they view her as a prize that he hasn't earned, that they don't think he deserves to have won. This is homosociality. Homosexual describes romantic and sexual relationships between people of the same gender. Homosocial describes non-romantic, non-sexual social relationships between people of the same gender. And straight men tend to be very homosocial. This is the idea that men and women can't be friends, because if I spend any amount of time around a hot woman, I'm gonna want to bang eventually, am I right, boys? Affirm my masculinity, please. And this homosociality manifests in ways other than interpersonal relationships, like only listening to music by male artists, or only trusting male TikTokers to sell you products. What these TikTokers are doing is asserting themselves as the man who is affirming the masculinity of the man who buys his product.
And don't use this, because it's for girls.
Another important piece to the puzzle, though, is that rampant homosociality kind of gives gay vibes. This is why the football players in bottoms give gay vibes. They're strictly heterosexual, but they're intensely homosocial. Presents a problem for the straight man who's hypervigilant against accusations of gayness, because straight men are supposed to be homosocial, but that's kind of gay. Fellas, is it gay to have friends? I think the tension between requiring male friendship to affirm one's masculinity and the fear of being seen as gay for caring about those friendships is kind of an under-examined piece of the male loneliness epidemic, which I unfortunately do care about. But this is, I think, what these comments are getting at. They wouldn't trust a woman to sell them a male hygiene product, because what do women know about being a man anyways, right? But they can't help but feel that listening to another man tell them how to groom their body hair to make their dick look good is kind of gay.
Stop giving your bush a haircut like this. And if your balls stink, it's probably because you ain't trimming down there. All that hair you got down there is making you look microscopic.
Please tell me you're not using this to shave this. You don't want to be smooth as a baby down there.
This is exactly what your balls should not look like.
In my time searching through the ads for these products, I've only seen a few made by women. Most of them were just like women selling the product to other women to give as gifts to the men in their lives for Christmas or something.
The men in your life be ugly this Christmas. Get them this Olaf for Men beard trimmer.
Then there's this one where this guy and his girlfriend start the video with like a little skit. This is probably my favorite of these ads, by the way.
Ew.
What you mean, ew?
Speaking about that, we gotta have a talk.
Yeah, we always gotta have a talk. What's up?
No. You're too hairy.
What?
You're too hairy.
What you mean? I just got a cut.
No, like, I'm
Skip
not
smooth.
trying to, like, go through a jungle to find a snake. Like, you're too...
What? What are you talking about right now?
I got you a present. This will be your new friend.
Olaf.
Yeah.
Electric trim. Are you dead serious right now?
But even in this one, the woman's preference is only depicted and appealed to, and it's still the man who's selling the product.
Yo, this might be the safest trimmer I ever use. It protects the sensitive areas from the nicks and the cuts, and it trims your body hair simply, smoothly, and most importantly, quick.
As if to say, the women in your life will like you for this, but I, as a man, am reassuring you that this is a masculine thing to do. Then there's this one.
We have 26 animals, and sometimes their booty hair gets a little bit long, so you gotta trim it up a little bit. So I got this from TikTok Shop.
Girl, what?
Okay, so I got this trimmer because we can use different settings on the different animals depending on their undercoat and what their fur is like.
It literally says for man on the trimmer. That's like the one rule.
Here's what comes in the box, and then there's a bunch of attachments. Ignore my ravioli. I don't know. These are the things that you like choose length with. There's a bunch of them, so you've got literally everything you need.
Whatever. I hope she and her animals are happy. And her ravioli. Okay, another big selling point that a lot of these guys push is how many different sized guards this trimmer comes with, so you can give your bush a fade.
It comes with 2 different guards so you can fade the bush.
And 2 different guide combs for if you want to fade up your Johnson.
Like, can you fade your bush?
One comes with guards so you can give your bush a taper fade.
It also has extra guards if you want to give your thing a little fade down there.
And a bunch of guards to fade your bush.
Not only that, it has these 2 attachments right here to give your boys a fade or a mullet.
Okay, fade I get, but like, what do you mean mullet?
In case you want to give your bush a mullet or a fade.
What do you mean?
Give your bush a mullet or a fade.
Okay, these ads in general are kind of like dumb and goofy, which I enjoy. Like this guy. How can you not love this guy?
Bro, you're
Bro, I was using this booty hole trimmer that I got off a TikTok shop, bro. What? I swear to God, it shaves your booty, bro. Be honest. You do it too, bro.
I mean, I guess.
Everyone does it, bro. But look, you don't just get the booty hole trimmer, bro. You also get a nose hair trimmer, a face trimmer, a precision trimmer, the extended trimmer, and the normal trimmer. But bro, that's not the best part. You get 13 different guards in case you want to give your bush a mullet or a fade. But on top of that, bro, you also get a charging dock, so in case this thing dies, bro, you can pop it straight in. It'll be done charging within minutes. But hey, take a peek at the actual trimmer itself, bro. This thing is super nice, has a screen, 2 different shaving modes, and this thing will never nick or cut you while you're shaving anywhere on your body. Your arms, your legs, even your booty, bro. I'm telling you, this is the best trimming kit that I've ever gotten, bro. And hey, the best part is it's not $80 like those name brands. This thing's only $30 on the TikTok shop right now.
This is your sign to clean your camera roll.
Remix of the year. The winner is the Girl So Confusing version with Lord. YouTube video of the year goes to How Jordan Peterson's Suits Taught Me Fashion by CJ the X. Movie of the year goes to I Saw the TV Glow. I didn't really watch very many new movies this year, but mainly I included this category so I could talk about Starburned and Unkissed by Caroline Polachek. Or I could have just... Best song off a film soundtrack goes to Starburned and Unkissed by Caroline Polachek. Best book that I started last Christmas and still haven't finished goes to The Winners by Frederick Bachman. Finally, we've got Album of the Year. I'll start with honorable mentions, which include Prelude to Ecstasy by The Last Dinner Party, Love Hate Music Box by Rainbow Kitten Surprise, CXOXO by Camila Cabello, Neon Pill by Cage the Elephant, Brat and It's Completely Different But Also Still Brat by Charlie XCX, and Brat by Charlie XCX, which means the winner is Imaginal Disc by Magdalena Bay. Yay! Which brings us to the #1 TikTok ad campaign of 2024, which goes to The Arcana, a Mystic Romance. This one is so special to me, but for the same reasons that the Swipe Wipe ad was, but like turned up to 11. And that is the diabolical line reads.
This LGBTQ game has me simping hard. The world of Vesuvia is filled with mystery, love, and romance, and the best part is, I get to choose who is simping for me.
The first few ads I saw were made using AI voice generators, so of course the line reads are going to be a little off, but it's the way that they're off that's so funny to me. This LGBTQ game has me simping hard.
This LGBTQ game has me simping hard.
And there are a lot of these ads with equally crazy line reads.
This LGBTQ game has me simping. It's a fantasy simulation game where you're the main character. There's mystery, love, drama, and romance. And I get to choose who's simping for me. Yes, please.
These ads came out towards the start of 2024, and it's hard to remember because the technology has been advancing so rapidly, but even at the beginning of 2024, a lot of the AI voice content being produced had this like weird jank to it, which has been severely minimized in the most recent versions of AI voice generation. But if AI has any redeeming qualities for me, it's the weird jank. I find it so endearing. Although, you'd think they'd at least be able to get the AI to pronounce the name of their app correctly.
Tap the link below to start playing the Arcana for free.
I called it the Arcana earlier, but I'm not even sure that's correct. I'm pretty confident it's not supposed to be pronounced the Arcana, but in this ad, the AI voice calls it the Arcana.
Pick your own pronouns and how the story unfolds by downloading the Arcana today. Tapping to download the Arcana for free.
I'm not entirely sure which one's supposed to be correct.
This LGBTQ game is spicy, and you can even pick your own pronouns. Click now and download the Arcana.
See what I mean? It's that endearing jank of AI. Like, this LGBTQ game is spicy, and you can pick your own pronouns. It's definitely not worth the environmental impact of training AI models to do stuff like this. It's definitely not worth the impact of voice actors losing their jobs, but I can't help but appreciate this from like a purely aesthetic standpoint. I mentioned earlier that generative AI technology has been advancing at a rapid pace in recent years, but I strongly believe it's bound to hit a plateau very soon. I'm just worried the plateau will occur after they get good enough to fool the average social media user. Although people have been falling for fake news long before this most recent AI boom, so it's like, maybe it won't be that bad. The good news is that the Arcana used real human voice actors for about half of this ad campaign, and the even better news for me is that the line reads are just as funny as the AI ones.
This LGBT game has me simping. In this game Arcana, you get to choose your pronouns, your name, your main character, the villain, your love interest, and solve a murder. I think I'm being seduced. Heck yeah.
I just love it so much.
This LGBTQ game has me simping.
Why does that low-key sound like Cat 10 Barge?
This LGBTQ game has me simping.
I need Judith Butler to talk about Jeffree Star.
It's a fantasy simulation game where you're the main character. There's mystery, love, drama, and romance, and I get to choose who's simping for me. Yes, please.
And even the human voice actors don't agree on how to pronounce the name of the app.
Tap the link on this video to download Arcana.
This is your sign to clean your camera roll.
This LGBTQ game has me hooked. You get to choose your pronouns and you're the main character, of course. Follow your heart and find true love, but be careful. There's some very sus side characters.
You know, that's some pretty good life advice in general. But be careful, there's some very sus side characters. Before I show you my favorite of these ads, I'll give a little honorable mention to Game of Vampires Twilight Sun, which had an ad campaign where they would stitch random videos into the beat of a popular song for their ad. I'm not explaining this well. Let me just show it to you. That's It's so dumb. See if you can guess this next song before it plays. Can you guess? I love how stupid this is, but I ended up giving the spot to the Arcana because I only ever saw these 2 ads. I just wish there were more of them. So this ad campaign really got stuck in my head the way that like jingles are supposed to, but instead of a short little melody, it's a really weird bad line read. Not necessarily bad, just funny. For several months last year, I was just wandering around, whispering under my breath, "This LGBTQ game is spicy, and you can pick your own pronouns. I think I'm being seduced. Heck yeah." But my favorite moments come from this video.
Bro, this LGBT game has me simping. So you're the main character, you choose your pronouns, the love interest, and you get to choose how the story goes. I'm being seduced? Yes, please. But watch out, because there are secrets. Some of these characters are highly sus. There's a murder that needs to be solved. Be careful who you fall in love with. Seduce me, romance me, I'm so here for it. Which character will you choose? Tap the link in this video to play the Arcana now.
I'm worried you guys aren't gonna get it and I'm gonna sound crazy, but like, this is so serious for me. Seduce me, romance me, I'm so here for it. I'm being seduced? Yes, please! And apparently the ad campaign worked because I decided I needed to try this game for myself. All right, I got my bisexual lighting turned on, some candles lit, because in this LGBTQ game, I get to choose who's simping for me. All right, let's play. Ooh, enter name. All right, we're gonna go with Troy Baby. Chapter 1, The Magician. Oh, I have to tap the screen. My name is Troy Baby. I'm a student of the magical arts. Azra misses me. My master, Azra, the fortune teller. Must you leave tonight? It's the dead of a moonless night, the right time for beginning a journey. Here, take this. For you to play around with while I'm gone. A gift? How unusual. His tarot deck. You think I'm ready, master? You're still calling me that? When we sit down, something brushes along my ankle, smooth and cool. Oh? He reaches down from his chair and holds out his hand. A long purple serpent winds her way up his arm. She flicks her tongue at me. She's kinda cute. It's Faust. Azra's familiar. She's pleased to see me, I think. I love her name's Faust. I shuffle the deck. His gaze follows the cards as they slip through my fingers. We'll go with this top right. The High Priestess. And what is she telling you? Is she speaking to you now? You've forsaken her. I have? Yes, you pushed her away and buried her voice. Azra gathers up his things to leave. Well then, take care of yourself, Troy Baby. He still has something to say, but he won't say it. Until we meet again. Ooh, what does he have to say? Is he simping for me? Azra's barely left when the mystery visitor knocks again. Impatient by the sound of it. Gotta open the door because what if it's someone simping for me? Figure steps inside and begins to unwind the shawl from their neck. Forgive me for the hour, but I will not suffer another sleepless night. Ooh, who's this queen? The Countess Nadia. Here in my shop in the dead of night. Ooh, she wants me to read her cards. You've come to the right place. My reputation precedes me. The people of the city whisper my name in wonder because they're all simping for me. They come to the palace and be my guest for a short while. Okay. What could the Countess of Vesuvia want with me? A mere apprentice. Strange hours for a shop to keep. Who said that? What was that? James. Ooh. So this is the witch's lair. Then who might you be? Oh. Negotiate. I guess. Okay, so we're about to find out if we want this character to be simping for us. Well, yes.
Seduce me, romance me, I'm so here for it.
As I suspected. Shock, horror, you know who I am, don't you? Do I? I do know this face. I've seen it on wanted posters around the city, yikes. You can call me Julian. Okay, Carly Rae Jepsen tease. Whispering Julian. His eyes track my every move. I think he's simping for me. I need to stop making that one joke over and over. Yikes. That does not look good. Death. To all of them. Well then, the hour's late and I'm out of time. With a swirl of his great black cape, he throws the door open. It slams shut behind him as he disappears into the early morning fog. Ooh. That's chapter 1. Chapter 2, The High Priestess. I am to meet the Countess at the palace for some unknown purpose. I'm about to leave when the hair at the nape of my neck raises an alarm. Someone is right beside me, a dark shape looming in the alley. Who is this? Certainly human, though enormous in size. Okay. Their flesh is scored with scars, clean and jagged, shallow and deep. I don't see any scars. Oh wait. Thought that was like sweat. I see the scars now. They stand between me and the road to the palace. I think he might be into like me being a little rude. Oh, I wasn't very rude. The hulking figure slowly slides to the left, clear of my path. Suddenly they speak in a voice like distant thunder. He will return, uninvited. That's my distant thunder voice. He will offer you an escape when you need it most. Turn it away, or you will fall into his hand. Just like the rest of us. I left the shop and then, wasn't someone else here just now? Do I not remember? Oh, I don't remember him. That's gonna be tough when we fall in love. Troy baby, have you eaten? I got that pumpkin loaf you like in the oven, won't be long now. Come, sit down, talk for a while. Okay, what do we think the baker looks like? I sniff the air and my stomach twists in hunger. Then again, I should be careful of the time. Stay for bread. I got it. No choice. As I settle against the back wall, he offers me a steaming tin cup. And where's Azra? Sleeping in? Do we not have art for the baker? I'm really upset about this. He was acting strange. Okay, if we don't have any artwork for the baker, then my headcanon is the baker looks like Colonel Sanders from KFC. As I'm lost in my musings, the patron emerges from the booth. Okay, queen. I don't notice them backing into me until we crash into each other. Which sends a dozen pomegranates rolling down the stairs. No! Oh, perfect. As if I wasn't already late. Sorry, girl. You backed into me. How sweet of you to help. Well, you're so welcome. And after I bumped into you in the first place, thank you for taking accountability. We love to see it. They offer me a fruit from the basket. Thank you. Now I've got pomegranate and bread. Am I food maxing this run? I'm gonna food max this run of the game. This is not about getting anyone to simp for me. This is all about collecting as much food as I can. I'll see you right. She winked at me. The stranger's eyes widen when they take a closer look at me. Wait, I know you. I'm Troy, baby. Countess Nadia said we were expecting you. We? You can call me Portia. I'm a lady's head servant. Okay, Portia. Come on, I'll show you the quickest path to the palace. Okay, nice. Okay, palace. Oh, I'm nervous. Is this wise? What awaits me in this fortress so far from home? Chapter 3, The Empress. She'll escort me directly to the dining room. So we're eating. Food maxing. Was I to dine with the Countess? I sure hope so. Rich scents linger in the air. Unfamiliar and tantalizing. Troy, baby. Welcome to the palace. Have a seat. You're too late for dinner, I'm afraid. Nah! Is it because I stopped and got the bread? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten my invitation. Certainly not. Milady. You look exhausted. Why, I can see your cheeks gleaming from here. Now I'm blushing. My husband was particularly loved for his yearly masquerade. That does have fun. And what a celebration when he opened the palace gates to all. That's kind of nice. Such a fond memory for many. And now it is shrouded in sorrow. A terrible shock to the guests. What happened? To find their host murdered so violently at the last masquerade. Yikes. My poor husband. Burned alive in his own bed and at the celebration of his birthday. What did he do to invite such hatred? After such a shocking scene, guests to the palace have been scarce. Yeah, I imagine. Countess, what does any of this have to do with me? Troy, baby. The masquerade is precisely why I called you here. Are we throwing another one? Let's go. There's but one loose end in need of tying. Count Lucio's murderer still roams free to this day. Dr. Julian Deverak, my husband's former physician. Oh, Dr. Julian Deverak? Now I remember the name on the wanted poster. Okay, Julian, yeah. Now I know exactly who broke into my shop. He probably had a good reason. Dr. Deverak confessed to the crime when we caught him. All that is left is his sentence. Execution by hanging. Not on my watch, sorry ma'am. If the body's tea set him free, there's a terrible crash. At her feet, the broken remnants of the golden goose are seeping into the floor. No! I'm really failing my food maxing run right now. Portia. Yes, milady? Show Troy, baby, to the guest quarters. Curled up on the bottom of the step are two large, lanky dogs. Oh, cute. I'm gonna pet them. There's one thing about me. I'm a pet dog. I wouldn't do that if I were you. They haven't had their chamomile cakes. A guest? I step back, gaze darting up and down the corridor. The voice was coming from the top of the stairs. I nearly jump when I feel yanking at my garments. The dogs, their teeth are buried in my clothes, unrelenting as they drag me onto the stairs. You betrayed me? The dogs only let me go at the top of the stairs. Okay, and now we get to the part of the game where we learn how they make money. Use coins to access extra content. Do I want to enter the room? I'll save my money just for a bit. By the time I stumble down the stairs, disoriented, Portia is looking around corners for me. There you are. Where did the dogs go? Up the stairs? All I can muster is a dazed shrug. Portia takes me gently by the elbow. You know, I'm just gonna leave these cakes right here. Let's get you to bed. Can I take the cakes? These will be your quarters. Sleep well, Troy baby. Chapter 4. Alright. We're about to start chapter 4 and nobody has started simping for me yet. False advertising? Portia sits at a tray of breakfast pastries while I slowly sit up. Alright, we've got bread, a pomegranate, breakfast pastries. And also we're just gonna say I stole one of those dog cakes. The Countess wants you to meet her in the library once you've eaten and dressed. Ooh, there are books everywhere. Books winding up the walls, reaching for the ceiling. The Countess is waiting for us, seated in a reclining chair. Do you read? I nod. The Countess tempers her surprise. It is a great gift to read. Where I come from, it is shared amongst all civilians. Woefully uncommon here. Girl, aren't you in charge? Do something about it. The Countess stops before an alcove, nestled between the shelves. This was Dr. Deverak's desk. He was employed at the palace, as was your master, Ezra. We called upon them to contact a cure for the plague. My blood runs cold. The Red Plague, as it was called, swept through the city like wildfire. Physicians, scientists, alchemists, fortune-tellers, magicians, all were invited in hopes that our resources may aid in their research. I've had the desk and its contents examined laboriously. Nothing of consequence has been found. But perhaps you will make better use of it. It is the best lead I can offer. I am left alone with the doctor's desk. There's a stack of books, a leather-bound folio, and scrolls tucked away in a little row of drawers. Do I check the books, the folio, or the scrolls? Probably the scrolls. The paper is soft, almost powdery to the touch. Dear sister? Yes, I think it's addressed Dear Sister. I feel a sharp jolt of longing and old regret. Suddenly I realize I'm sensing what the doctor was feeling when he wrote the letter. I could use this. With the scroll and my magic to assist me, I might be able to find him. The sun starts dipping in the sky as I make my way back into the city. I haven't done magic like this on my own. I've always had Azra with me before. A tingling sensation grows at the base of my neck. I follow the feeling away from the palace through the city streets. I end up in a narrow, slippery street at the south end of Vesuvia. Suddenly, a door in front of me swings open, casting a warm light down 3 jagged stone steps. Okay, Queen. My spell worked, but I hadn't thought about what I'd do when I found him. I try to back away quietly, but something catches my heel, toppling me into an empty barrel. Okay, next thing I know, I'm staring at the sky, limbs flailing uselessly as quick bootsteps approach. Hello, that was quite a tumble. Are you alright? The doctor leans over the barrel, extending a hand. He rears back when he sees my face. The shopkeep, what are you doing here? A firm grip encircles each of my wrists, and I'm hauled out of the barrel like a snail shucked from its shell. Okay. I stagger forward into the doctor's broad, gleaming chest. For a moment, his eye meets mine in surprise at our sudden proximity. Oh, he's blushing. Dare I ask what brings you to this neck of the woods? I open my mouth, but no words come out. How do I even begin to explain? Rumor has it that you're working for the palace. Oh, so he knows. I'm sure, well, by now, you've heard some interesting stories about me. Well, I have. But you haven't heard my side of the tale, have you? I have not. Besides, I do still owe you for the reading. Are you thirsty? My treat. Food maxing, I am thirsty. His face splits in a brilliant grin. Oh, fantastic. Please, allow me. My escort guides me to a cozy booth in the back. He slides into the booth across from me, gulping down his drink with gusto. I peer into the golden liquid in my cup. It smells faintly like fruit. You know, I never did get your name. Troy, baby. What a lovely name. A musical name. Well, yes. You said you'd tell me your side of the story. All right, ask anything you like. Wordlessly, I reach into my bag and hand him the scroll from the library. Where did you find this? It was on your desk in the palace library. He looks away, but not before I see a flinch of pain cross his face. Oh. Dear sister, I have much to share since I last wrote. The more he reads, the more he pauses to massage his temples or to pinch the bridge of his nose. By the time he's finished, he looks wistful, drained. You have a sister? I do. I raise an eyebrow. He's not wearing a mask here, and everyone seems to know him. You're not worried about being seen? Here? No, I'm not too worried. Folks around here aren't known to oblige the wants and wishes of the palace. Even the Raven spends his time scouting for guards obsessively. Suddenly, the Raven bursts in through a dusty window overhead, flying in loops with a guttural shriek. The tavern erupts into chaos. Julian scoops me bodily from my seat and rushes me out the back door into the alley. You'll be able to find your way. Yes, the guards aren't after you. I nod. He clasps my upper arms and looks deep into my eyes. Thanks for not... well... thanks, Troy baby. He turns and vanishes, leaving me all alone in the silent, shuddering alley. The palace looms over the carriages as it approaches, a white monolith against the twinkling night sky. And tomorrow, at noon, Portia will lead a retinue into the town square to announce the masquerade. I imagine the crowds will be eager to see Count Lucio's murderer hang. I think of Julian, bathed in the warm, welcoming light of the tavern, swinging from the gallows. I hate to see you die, but I love to watch you. If we are to reminisce, perhaps we should do so somewhere more private. Would you care to join me on the veranda for a nightcap? She looks down at me, a soft smile tugging at her lips. Okay, I see where this is going. Oh. No, I'm saving my money. Because I know there's going to be a time when I want it, and I'm not going to be willing to pay actual cash. Are you tired? Or perhaps shy? No, just poor. When I drop my bag at the foot of the bed, the scroll from Julian's desk rolls out. Portia spots it. She looks as if she's dying to ask a question, but it falters before it can escape her lips. You seem concerned. It's just the doctor. He can't be the only suspect, right? I agree. If the body is T, set him free. Then she smiles, the worry clearing from her face. She leans in close to me, voice low. You know, if you're not too tired yet, I could show you around the palace. It's gonna make me pay for this, isn't she? I'm not paying. Yeah, I'm not paying. Sorry, girl. I'm too tired. Chapter 5. I fetch my keys and turn the locks just as I lean on the door. It swings open and I nearly collapse into the last person I expected to see. Dr. Deverak. Fancy seeing you here, and you look, splendid, marvelous. He's definitely simping for me. For a moment, I think about calling for the guards, but I hesitate. Why? No, I don't. I reject that. You've broken in twice now. What are you after? Why, I'm not after anything. What would I be? He's after me, guys. That's what it is. But you wouldn't take my word for it, would you? To my surprise, the doctor shucks off his overcoat and starts unbuttoning his waistcoat. Search me. If you find anything of yours, I'll show myself to the stocks. He lowers his eye, presenting himself for inspection. The sight makes me grow hot at the ears, embarrassed. Yeah, I bet. Guys, no, that's not fair. I really want to, but I'm saving up my money for something good. Let me check the settings and... Oh, I'm still in the prologue? Bro, I think I'm gonna save my money. I'll pass. Oh, you sure? Well, alright, the offer stands. Yeah, I bet it does. His broad grin takes only a second to fade before shock takes over his features. Portia! Ilya? That's not his name. Portia stumbles, then runs to the steps. I back into their siblings. It's the hair. Ilya, is that really you? Her shaking hands come to either side of his face. His eye starts to shine. It's me. What are you doing here out in the open? Are you trying to get yourself killed? I collect the magical components I need, but the book is nowhere to be found. He stole the damn book. No, I don't want to accuse him of that. It's maybe not. We'll see. A distant clock tolls the hour, shocking me to my feet. The announcement... I'm late? Oh my gosh, again? Hear ye, hear ye. This is an announcement from your Countess Nadia. On the anniversary of the passing of your beloved Count Lucio, the Countess will open the palace gates. And then I come upon a figure, a hulking inside. Oh, this guy. Your eyes are shadowed under a hood and a heavy brow. Let's go. They turn slowly, as if they dread the sight of me. Blindly to the slaughter, just like the rest of you. That's ominous. What do you mean? Please, speak plainly. It doesn't matter what I say. My words won't last. They never do. Oh, that's really sad. I can't waste my money now. Like, I gotta save it. With a suffering look, the stranger disappears into the misty shadows of the afternoon alley. Really, Valerius is the most important. Milady minds him more than the rest. The others are a bit eccentric, but I'm sure they'll be kind to you. Alright, let's see Valerius. I'm kind of excited. Maybe another potential suitor? Announcing Troy, baby. Friend of the palace and apprentice to Azra the magician. You're Troy, baby? Oh, you're so cute. What a delightful surprise. We were all just talking about you. Sit. No, not with them. With me, Troy, baby. Okay. Oh, Vladimir? Okay, queen. Ooh. Yeah. Countess, it pains us to hear that you felt you must look elsewhere for a sympathetic ear. Okay, he's a kiss ass. We'll not be choosing him to simp for me. Should you deem us worthy of your trust, we are open books to you. He throws his arms wide with a flourish, knocking a pitcher of fragrant wine over the front of my garments. Rude. A collective gasp sweeps through the room as the livid liquid seeps in my skin and clothes. The Countess rises from the organ, her expression murderous. How clumsy of me. Yeah, doubt. You did that on purpose, bitch. I am sorry, Troy, baby. We must rid you of these ruined clothes, of course. A tightly spiraled note addressed to me from the Countess. A gift from my dear guest. This emerald which seemed to call your name. Wear it in good health. The chain slips through my fingers as I hold the jewel, and in a gradual wave I start to recognize its energy. It's Azra's magic. I wander through the empty halls and out onto the veranda. The musical sound of falling water grows louder and louder. I reach a fountain. Faust. Okay. She was waiting for me? Did she know I was looking for Azra? I close my eyes, take a deep, even breath, holding the jewel over the water, and drop it. Before I know it, my reflection is fading away, and in its place, I see Azra, drawing water to his face and drinking deeply. Then he shakes out his hair, blinks the water from his eyes, and looks straight at me. Faust, you are looking lively. Being around Troy baby does that to you, doesn't it? And I'm glad you're here, Azra. His face flushes. Faust is opening up to you. It may be time for me to do the same. I want to start being more honest with you. All that I ask is that you start being more honest with me, too. His gentle gaze washes over me, bringing me calm, but I have a few burning questions. Who is Nadia to you? Or who is Julian to you? I'm going Julian. I've seen the depth of emotion that crosses the doctor's face when he speaks of Azra. Julian? Ah, yes, he goes by that name, too. I knew him by another. He was a friend once, then more, and then something else. Oh! T. Who is Julian to me? Who is he to anyone? Whoever he needs to be to get what he wants. Oh, let's leave it at this. He's a hack physician with a lot to learn. Oh, that's so tough. Is there perhaps something else on your mind? Who am I to you, or it's getting late? All right, so I'm not going for Azra, so I'm gonna save my money again. I'm very frugal. It's getting late. Is it? Time is strange here. Go rest, Troy baby. I'll see you again soon. With a shake of my head, I gather the serpent into my arms and head back inside. The next part of your story is about to unfold, but you won't have to make the journey alone. Are you ready to begin? I'm ready. Choose a character to romance. Okay, 10 free coins. By watching a short video? Hell yeah. Modern arcana? Dating them? Okay. Have the chance to date 4 hot slasher villains. POV, you're a realtor trying to buy off a ranch for profit. But your relationship with a ranch owner takes an unexpected turn. Let's see how many times it lets me do this. POV, you're a sacrifice for shark gods, but your relationships take an unexpected turn. Will they share you or get possessive?
This is your sign to clean your camera roll.
Okay, this is tough. Right now it's definitely between Julian and Muriel. Is Julian really the murderer, or is there more to this story? Together you search for the truth and discover something worth living for. I'm gonna go with Julian. Or Muriel. We'll go Julian. Although, I don't love that. With no other tasks needing my urgent attention, I decided to go get Julian to start simping for me. From this high, balanced on the first stone of the unconventional path before me, I can see all of Vesuvia. There's doubt in my mind no longer. Crimson poison running from the palace grounds is in the city's water supply. Yikes. Troy, baby? I whip my head to the right and see a figure slowly emerge into the dim light of a city lantern. My lover. Troy, baby. Fancy seeing you here, Out for a night walk? Guards afoot, Troy, baby. Look lively. We best make tracks. We both leap into action at the same time, running further down the aqueduct to reach the street. My foot slips on a wet stone, tumbling me backwards into the reservoir below. Bro, why am I so clumsy? Darkness engulfs me as I'm swallowed up by the deep reservoir. The impact knocks my breath away. Also, you're underwater. As I thrash, something moves against me, slippery and sleek as it latches onto my side. Ew! Julian, save me! Troy, baby! His hand grips my wrist as he tugs me out of the water, the undulating creature still attached to me. Ew! I can see my blood moving through its translucent innards as it feasts. That's disgusting. On the count of 3. 1, 2... Julian grips the creature behind its head, forcing its mouth to release me. He tosses it back into the water. 3. Up you go then. Easy now, I've got you. Julian half drags me as we run. Panting, we collapse in a wet heap on a narrow, deserted alley. Let me see that bite. Julian lays me down and carefully slides my torn garments up and away from my steadily oozing wound. This would be sexy if I wasn't so injured. The bleeding won't stop. Damn. Hold still. Why would I thrash around? Deep breaths. This will only take a minute or two. Realizing that I'm not in any pain, a wave of profound relaxation comes over me. As he leans away, I see a magic mark glowing under the skin of his throat. Its design looks familiar. He catches me staring. A shadow passes over his countenance. Do you recognize your master's handiwork? I watch in fascination as fresh blood blossoms under his clothing. This was his parting gift to me. A curse. I'm able to take away bodily wounds, as you can see, and in return, I get to experience them for myself. Oh, he did that for me? It won't last. It never does. A curse from a witch who fears commitment. He's so petty. He allows me to assist in peeling away his jacket again. This would be sexy if he wasn't so injured. We hear them coming almost a moment too late. The Countess's guards doing rounds of the outer walls. Where's the fucking raven? That's its one job. Julian curses, pulling me into an alley nearby. There, nestled between 2 tall buildings, a garden. It would make the perfect hiding spot. We're going in that garden. He quickly catches on to my intention and helps me climb over the top of the gate. I land rather unceremoniously, and Julian drops right next to me with light feet. Bro, why am I so clumsy? Hold still, Troy, baby. He reaches forwards and plucks a flower off of my shoulder. It must have fallen from the luminous trees above. It glows, a bright, vivid blue in the dark, star-shaped petals curling to close as he touches it. He offers the flower to me. I reach out to take it, but Julian stops me, shaking his head and pulling it back just slightly. Careful, Troy, baby. There's poison in these petals. I pluck the flower out, lifting it to my nose to smell. That seems like really dangerous. I let the flower drop to the ground and take a step toward him. He catches it as it flutters down, grinning at me. Fingers brush against my ear as he tucks the flower behind it. Touch lingering for a moment before dropping to my shoulder. It sounds like you're not afraid of danger. Afraid of danger? Why, Troy, baby, I live for it. So pain doesn't scare you either? Why should it? In my line of work, you can't be afraid of a little pain. One might say I have intimate knowledge of it. So we know what Julian's into. I place a hand on his waist and take a step forward, pressing lightly at the wound. He swallows, then grins at me. Oh ho, are we dancing? I didn't know you could. I take another step, pressing fully at the wound now. He takes a step back, hitting the crumbling wall behind him, and gives me a desperate look. Does he like the pain? His fingers dig into my shoulder, gripping me like a lifeline as he slides down the wall a bit. I think he does like the pain. Troy, baby. We're interrupted by the sound of loud footsteps quickly approaching. A scowl passes over Julian's face. Right on time. Let's leave before our guests arrive, Say, are you cold? Your clothes are still wet. Well... Oh. Suddenly, the little deep-set door rattles. Ilya, did you come in the window again, you slippery boy? Julian straightens too quickly, striking his head against the ceiling with a wince. Okay, so I'm not the only clumsy one here. Who do we have here? This is Troy, baby, a new friend of mine. A new friend, eh? Make yourself comfortable, Troy, baby. Okay, ally. Show me the bite. Oh, the bite. You want to see? With a furtive glance to our host, he unfastens his jacket at the bottom and lifts the bloodied shirt underneath. What do you think? Good as new? The skin over his waist is perfectly smooth. I can hardly tell where the bite was in the first place. They're not aggressive, the eels. And they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the count. Okay, so I'm starting to think maybe he did kill him, but like he had a good reason for it. I will never understand him until I ask. I'm gonna ask him if he did it. Did you really do it? Did I really do it? If I told you the truth, would you believe me? What if I told you I don't remember? I actually do believe you. Now, Troy baby, I imagine you'll be needing a place to sleep. There's a bed in there with him, and there's one down here. She pulls aside a dusty rug to reveal a rusty door pull on the floor, a hiding hole. I'm happy to sleep down there, but if you'd rather, I'll share the bed with. Again, you are the guest. Sleep with him or sleep in the hole? I will be sleeping with him. Feeling strangely jittery, I go to the partition and pull it aside. Splayed over the modest bed, one leg dangling, Julian is already dead asleep. Carefully, I maneuver around his limbs, finding a comfortable position flush against him. There's a soft sound from his throat as he shifts, winding an arm around my waist. I don't mind it. Sunlight dapples my face as a little bird chirps a cheerful tune on the windowsill, rousing me. It seems the bird is my only companion. Julian's gone, a depression on the bed, the only trace he was ever there. Oh, you're already up. Listen, Troy baby, we need to talk. All right, good, but not here. Let's go to the market, shall we? More places to talk. So, Troy baby, about that talk. So listen, we need to... Watch it, coming through. Biscuits, get back here. Time seems to slow as I fall backwards again? Oh my goodness. Heading directly for a rickety fruit cart. The collision is inevitable. And then I hit a broad chest, and the scent of leather and musk watches over me as we both stumble backwards. Julian hits the ground with a grunt, arms wrapped around me to break my fall. That's so sweet. Oh my goodness, not this again. Are you alright? Nothing hit you, did it? He's definitely simping for me now. Now, isn't this a mess? Looks like I'm buying a fruit stand today. I stare in fascination as he pours a pile of foreign currency out in front of the harried fruit vendor. Harried? That's new to me. Must be a small fortune contained in that bag. Oh, so he's rich. Troy, baby, I'd like to head over to the Raven for a bite to eat. Bro, just tell me you like me. It's not that serious. A nice walk down to the docks? How does that sound? Sounds like a date. Feel that breeze? A nice night for sailing, don't you think? He shakes his head, eyes dropping to stare down past the dock. Troy, baby, listen. We really need to talk. Yeah, you've been saying that. We've, needed to talk all day. I guess I was just enjoying myself too much to take the plunge. I had fun today, too. He seemed so tense and distant, but I really enjoyed my time with him today. I'm a disaster waiting to happen, Troy, baby. I don't want that disaster to happen to you, too. I don't want to drag this out, Troy, baby. This... Whatever it was, whatever it could have been, it has to end before it's too late for you. I'm only going to end up hurting you somehow, I know it. I won't have you come down this path with me. You deserve better than that. None of the reasons he's given me so far have anything to do with our relationship. I'm dangerous, I'll hurt you, I don't know what I've done, you deserve better. None of them tell me how he feels about me. I know it hasn't been that long, but... Bro, why am I 5 coins away? That's so annoying. Guys, don't look at me while I do this. Do you want me? That's a strange question to ask when I'm breaking up with you, isn't it? Not that it's really a breakup. We never had anything to start with, just a night or two stolen from time. Do I want you? That's a tough question to answer. I want you to be safe. I want you to stay out of this whole mess. It doesn't matter what I want. You didn't answer my question. Tenacious, aren't you? It's one of the things I like about you, no matter what happens. You keep moving forward, but I just can't stay away from you. Julian bites his bottom lip, looking defeated. He barely looks at me when he admits softly, I want you. I know it's only been a short time, but I feel like I've known you for years. I want to be around you. I can't stop thinking about you, even when you're not there. That's the problem. I'm torn in two, Troy baby. My brain tells me to leave, but my heart keeps pulling me back. If I walk away from you now, will I stay away? Stay away by Moonities? There's no future for us that doesn't end in pain for you. This is so tiresome, bro. Let's just kiss, okay? Then, just for tonight, can't we forget about the future? You're here, I'm here, we're together at this moment, under the same moon. Can I be that selfish? Do you want to be? Yes. He reaches up, gently pulling me down to meet him. Our lips brush together once, light and fleeting. Then again, his hands tremble as they grip my shirt, one sliding to press against the back of my neck. One more. Our lips meet once more. Julian makes a muffled noise against me, mouth parting, as a shiver runs through him. That's the last one. So you're telling me I paid 150 coins for only 2 kisses? Bro. And he presses up again and again. Okay, so no. Each time I whispered, one more. A promise that it's the last. And each time he comes back, a little more desperate than before. Touches a little needier. He doesn't want to let go, and neither do I, but eventually one of us has to part for air. You, being with you, is the first thing I've wanted for myself in a long time. Julian swallows hard, shaking his head like he can cast off whatever dark thoughts plague him. I'll walk you home. Eventually, we reach the shop, and Julian turns to me with a note of finality in his voice. Well, here we are at your shop. End of the line. When I came to Vesuvia, I was seeking answers. Finding you? That was a rare treat. He reaches out, hand hovering over my shoulder, unsure whether he's allowed to touch me anymore. Then he shakes his head and leans forward to press a kiss on each cheek, lips lingering just a second longer. Thank you, my dear. The time we spent together, however brief, it mattered to me. I won't forget it. With a whirl of his cape, he's gone. Footsteps echoing down the side street, then fading away too. Okay, overall, I was kind of impressed. I assumed the app would be like a cheap, ad-filled mess based on like the low quality of the AI voice generation they were using for the ads. But apparently this game's been out for a while and like has a fan base. And I guess the developers knew what they were doing because like I think it looks nice, it sounds nice, I didn't run into any bugs. There are ads, but a limited number, and only if you choose to watch them in exchange for coins. The coins and keys are how they make money, but I don't think the app seems like that greedy, especially in comparison to other apps and mobile games that I've played. Don't get me wrong, they definitely overcharge for coins, and you need to pay coins to access like the spicy scenes. I put spicy in air quotes because it's not that spicy. It's just like kissing. But I've been keeping up with the app for like the past couple days because I can't stay away from Julian. And if you're logging into the app every day, collecting your free coins, playing your like 3 chapters, spinning your free spin on the prize wheel, and even maybe playing a little bit of the mini game that you can get prizes for, it seems like you'd be able to afford like 3 or 4 spicy scenes a week using only coins that you've collected without having to spend real world money. It's not great, but I've definitely played mobile games where they'll give you like 5 free gems to get you addicted to spending them, and then maybe if you play the game for another 40 hours and are lucky, you can earn 5 more free gems. I did download the other app that was advertised to me when I was earning my free coins. You know, the one where I can date 4 hot slasher villains, or POV, I am a sacrifice for shark gods, but my relationship takes an unexpected turn. I don't play a lot of visual novels to compare the Arcana to, but that app, in comparison, is extremely stingy with its reward. Although that app is more of a platform, and I think the individual authors of the specific games might be able to set the spicy scene price, so I'm not entirely sure. I like all the designs of the main love interests, and I'm a fan of the art in general. Like Faust and those palace guard dogs are so cute. But man, this cast is like pretty pale. Don't think I didn't notice Arcana, if that is your real name. Obviously the Arcana is set in a different world with different geography from our own, but this piece of art wasn't made in that world. It was made in this one, where the importance of representation still applies. I went digging on the Arcana subreddit to see if I was just making this up, but I wasn't the only one who noticed. For example, there was one user that wrote that they were bothered at the game's refusal to include any dark-skinned characters, and also their choice to not let any of the characters of color have their own natural hair or eye color, which I totally get. Of course, this isn't just a problem with this game. Predominantly white queer spaces do have the tendency to care about representation only up to the last letter in the Alphabet Mafia acronym, but I will give the Arcana some credit because this was another reason why I chose the Arcana to include on this list over Game of Vampires. Let's run those Game of Vampire ads again, and let's see if you notice anything that you didn't before.
That's
Yeah, the only black person in either of those ads is the guy getting hit in the head with the bucket. Overall, my main complaint of the Arcana is that it just took way too long for someone to start simping for me.
This is your sign to clean your camera roll.